Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Habits and Humor podcast. I'm Susie B, and today we are talking about a question that I struggle with often. This is something that I am constantly in an internal battle with, and I know some of you are too because I've had these discussions with you. The question is, can having big dreams and big ambitions make us ungrateful? I'm going to say that one more time. Do having big ambitions and big dreams make us ungrateful? Because we want more, does that mean we don't appreciate what we have now? This is a question, again, like I said, I struggle with this mindset sometimes. And one of the biggest factors that we need to take into account here is that once we realize what we have, and when we are grateful for where we are right here, right now, that doesn't take away from where we want to go. Being content with the present doesn't mean we don't want those big dreams and those big ambitions. Being content with the present means that we understand that we have come so far. We have accomplished so many things and gotten through so many difficult times to get to where we are right now. And being where we are right now is phenomenal. I just want you guys to take a moment and just celebrate the fact that you're still alive. You're still here. You're still you after all the things you've been through, after all the years and all the craziness that has happened in your life. You're here. So I want you just to take a moment and be grateful for this right here, this present. Maybe you're in a really difficult situation right now, and this is a really hard task. That's okay. It's okay to still look for the good, even in the difficult situations. I'm not saying that you can't acknowledge that fact that you are absolutely in a difficult situation. That's a truth. Yes, absolutely. If that is your reality right now, there's no reason to shrug that off or push it to the side. That is your reality. However, I encourage you to look for the good in that situation. Look for the good of what has happened to get you to where you are, and focus on the positive things that you can be grateful for. Focus on the good things that you know you have been able to accomplish, because there's this incredible symbiotic relationship between gratitude and ambition. Sometimes in my mind and in the minds of lots of the people that I talk to, a lot of us think that by having that ambition, by wanting more, we are sort of demeaning the present. We're devaluing what we have at this moment. But that is absolutely untrue. And I'm going to show you how and show you why right now. When you are grateful for where you are, when you are grateful and you're able to see the past as a benefit to you, what this does is it tells you, it gives you the confidence that you can keep going. By looking back and seeing how far you have already come, you give yourself the confidence and the ability, the motivation to know that you can keep going because you have already come so far. So that's that symbiotic relationship. You are using gratitude as the catalyst to take you and propel you forward toward your big dreams and toward your ambition. But using that big dream and that big ambition doesn't take away from the gratitude at the moment. What it does is it adds value to it. Because what you're doing is you're telling yourself, hey, I've come so far and I'm so grateful to be right here, right now. And now I know I can do more. You're using that gratitude to move forward, and you're using that ambition, those things that you want, to push yourself forward. So you are in a continuous pattern of growth. I talk about patterns all the time and how much your brain loves patterns. And I encourage you guys to see that today. Really look into the fact that you are either in a pattern of gratitude or you're in a pattern of want. So these two things, need and want, what we're going to talk about for just a minute is the difference between need and want, and how to shift these things in your mind so that you can cultivate that pattern of gratitude that will propel you and give you that momentum that you need to move forward. So need is the things that are required, the things that you believe at this moment are required in your life. And when you look at your big dreams and your ambitions as a need, What this does is it tells you there is a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that gap is filled with negativity because you need to be there, but you're not. Do you feel that? So if you see, maybe you're growing a business and you see, okay, that's the place I need to be in my business, but I'm not there. And so suddenly your present becomes convoluted and it becomes a negative thing. You're no longer grateful for where you are right now. You're sad and upset that you're here because you wish you were there, because that's a need. You need to be there in order to be happy, successful, whatever it is. However, if you shift that need into a want, if we can turn that part of your business, that place that you can see, that vision that you have for yourself, turn that into a want. Okay, I want to be right there. I want to get to that place. What that does is it switches it so that that is now a positive thing you can look forward to from where you are. Starting right here, you can be grateful and proud of where you have come and see what is in front of you, that ambitious place that you want to get to, those big dreams. That gap between where you are and your big dreams now is a positive thing. This is now something to look forward to, something that you feel momentum towards because you're already rolling in the right direction. What you need is what you already have. You need to be here. You need to be yourself. You need to nourish your body and your mind and stay alive, which you currently are doing because you are alive and you're here. So congratulations, your needs are met. There are always those things that we can have more of. Yes, absolutely. We want more out of our relationships, out of our businesses, out of our personal health, our mental health, our well-being, all of these things. Of course, we want to have more, but I encourage you to see those as wants instead of needs. When you're able to see that ambition, that big dream, and that thing that you want to work toward as a want instead of as a need, it suddenly becomes a positive experience. And that is where that symbiotic relationship comes in, where you're using gratitude and ambition together. You're grateful for where you've been and grateful for the ambition that has brought you to where you are. And now you know for sure that you can continue to go on because you've done it before. Let's talk about maybe if you're in a place that is not ideal. Maybe you tried something and failed, or maybe you are in a place of disconnect with yourself. And you're like, well, I don't know that I'm proud of where I am. I don't know that I'm grateful for where I am today. I encourage you to start with one thing. Start with one simple thing you can be grateful for today that is better than where you were before. Even that one simple thought can help you to gain that momentum, to gain that confidence in yourself, and give you that ability to move forward with gratitude into your ambition and your big dreams. So I encourage you to do that today. That is your first exercise, is come up with something you can be grateful for that is better today than it was prior to today, whatever that may be. Find something that you're better at now than you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 30 years ago, something that is better now than it was before, something that you can be grateful for now that perhaps you were ungrateful for or you didn't have before. Give yourself permission to see the good things in your life, focus on those good things, and use those good things to propel you forward. I'm going to give you a silly, funny example, of course, because we have to use humor on this show. The iconic phrase, "You're killing me, Smalls." Everyone knows this phrase is from the movie Sandlot. And in this movie, Smalls comes to a party with the baseball team that he plays with, his friends. And as he walks in, one of the boys asks him, "Smalls, do you want a s'more?" And Smalls has never had a s'more before. So he says, "How can I have s'more of something if I hadn't had any yet?" And the boy goes, "No, do you want a s'more?" And he just keeps having this conversation back and forth. "No, how can I have some more of something if I haven't had any yet?" And then the boy responds and he just goes, "You're killing me, Smalls." And that is what I want you to take away from this is, are you killing yourself, Smalls, with your own ungrateful attitude? Perhaps there is some really difficult things. Actually, always. Of course, there's difficult things that you're always dealing with. That's part of life. That's part of growth. But I encourage you again to focus on where you have come, how far you have made it, and how different things are now than where they were before. Whether before is an hour ago, 10 minutes ago, a week ago, a year ago, look back and use that as momentum to propel you forward. So your first habit today is to find something to be grateful for that you have today that you didn't have prior to right now in this moment. Something that you can be grateful for right now, right here, that you had to work toward or had to go through a process to get to where you are. And then your second habit is to use that confidence and that strength to propel yourself forward. And the first part of that is to pay attention, to celebrate, to give yourself permission to be proud of whatever it is. Step number one, whatever it is that you're grateful for, take a moment to celebrate that thing. You have that in your life. Acknowledge that, be excited about it. And that is where your momentum is going to come from. Physiologically speaking, when you give your brain a positive response to something that you have worked for, it remembers that. So let's say, for example, you have been working on losing weight and you wanted to lose 30 pounds by today. Let's say you wanted to lose 30 pounds by today, but you only lost 6. You only lost 6 pounds. There's 2 ways you can look at this. You can be in that need. I need to be at 30 pounds in order to be happy today. Or you can look at it as a want. I want to be there, but where I am is the need. I have made it to here and we're making progress. We're moving in the right direction. Things are changing, things are shifting. I'm able to see the progress. I've already lost 6 pounds. Be proud of that 6 pounds. Be proud of that small change and know that that is positive reinforcement for your mind. When you are proud of the progress you've made, instead of sabotaging yourself and realizing, oh, I'm not where I need to be. I wish I was there. I needed to be over there. That is a negative response and a negative message you're sending to your own mind. And your mind is saying, hey, we lost 6 pounds, but it wasn't good enough. So let's quit this. Versus if you send a message to your mind, hey, you know what? I want to keep going. I want to get to that 30-pound mark, that goal that I've set for myself. It's still a want that I still want to have. But today we're celebrating that we're on our way. We've made some progress. We've made some changes and we're moving in the right direction. You're in the exact same place. You're in the exact same situation, but these 2 mindsets are vastly different. See the s'more for what it is. Know that you're coming into this understanding what a s'more is. You already know. You've already been through something and you've made it to here. So now you can have a s'more because you've already had some of something and now you can have more. And you won't be saying to yourself, you're killing me, Smalls. You'll be excited. You'll be proud of yourself and you'll have that momentum to get you moving forward toward your ambition by using the gratitude of today. So again, I kind of wrapped 3 habits into 2 there, but I'm going to split them back up into 3 now. So the first thing I want you to do is acknowledge something you can be grateful for today that you had to work for or you had to progress toward. And now you are here, something that is better now than it was prior to this moment in time. Be grateful for that thing. Habit number 2 is celebrate it. Take a moment to acknowledge this and be proud of the progress you have made. Be proud of whatever it is that you had to go through to get here, to become who you are, to have the body you have, to have the business you have, to have the family relationships you have. Of course, they're not perfect, but they're better than they were. That's what I want you to focus on. See where you have come as a person, as an individual, and with whatever the goal is, whatever the achievement is, take a moment to celebrate. Send your mind that message of, hey, perhaps we haven't made it quite to the want yet, but we are where we need to be because we're making progress. We're doing things that are making a difference. And that's going to send that positive reinforcement to your mind. And your mind is going to say, hey, you know what? We're still going. We can do this. We're going to keep on going towards this big ambition. Don't let your goals hold you back because you feel those ambitions as a need. I only know this because I have done this to myself many, many times. And I had to go through that thought process. And I felt like I was killing me, Smalls. But the difference is just how you see it. It's the same goal. It's the same present. But when you focus on the good and are grateful for where you are, you give yourself the ability to move into where you want to be. Gratitude and ambition go together. They don't work against each other. Because you have big ambitions and you want to be somewhere, be someone, do something, doesn't mean that you're ungrateful for where you are right now. It means exactly the opposite. Because you want those big things, that comes from you already know you have done some big things. If you want something more in your life, it is because you have already created more. Your brain is looking for patterns. And if there is something more that you're looking for, it's following the pattern that you have already created more. So this season, I want you to just take a moment and be grateful for where you are. Step 1, be grateful for right here, right now. Step 2, celebrate how far you've come. And step 3, use that to progress forward. Whatever it is that you're working toward, use these 3 habits: acknowledging and being grateful, celebrating that and giving yourself that positive reinforcement that it's working, and then using that as forward momentum to propel you towards your ambitions and towards your big dreams. You guys got this. You deserve this. You have already created those incredible patterns of success. You've been through hard things and you've made it out the other side. So now you know that even if you are in the middle of an incredibly hard thing, you can do this because you've done it before. The only reason you want more is because you know you can get more because you've done it before. Your brain loves those kind of patterns, and you have set up a pattern of success for yourself, whether you know it or not. I encourage you to take some time today and know it. Pay attention to the progress you've made. Send yourself that reinforcement and then keep making incredible progress because you absolutely deserve it and you absolutely can do it. You are fully capable of achieving those big ambitions and those big dreams. See them as wants and embrace your needs, because where you are right now is where you need to be. And that progress that got you here is what is going to take you toward where you want to be. All right, you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next time on Habits and Humor. I'm Susie B, and we'll see you later.